hell? Is it Quick Feet?
No, anything but. Wolftick Nation, what's up, guys? What are we doing today?
Okay, we got to go over this Project Humpty Dumpty from one end to the other, just like we do with the GT. Mm-hmm. We owe it to the Wolftick Nation because of the fact that we've had so much work done. I mean, it
was a complete teardown.
Yeah, complete. I mean, there was very little left, and we're about to change a few things left, I think, but we'll get to that later. But I'd like to go through and talk about everything we did from one to the other as far as what we feel about it now that you've had a chance to ride it on a couple Black Diamond trails.
Okay. And
what things we would do different, maybe. Okay. And then the things that we are planning on doing.
So let's start out with talking about the SX19 WTB wheel set.
That was the first main thing.
First main thing. Not only was it $159, but it also had
free hub.
Yeah. So you can put different types of cassettes. Cool about that was I was able to change out the cassette and of course get a whole new group set for it, unlike the wheel set that comes with it from Walmart. So I am glad we did that. The downside to getting a wheel set is now we're limited on what forks we can go with because it has to be a 15mm through axle up front. I'd much prefer it to be a 9mm, but on the other hand, it kind of gives us some different looks at different forks, you know.
But then we get slammed a little bit on budget. I mean, it's like, look, we're limited.
Yeah, you know? It's that limit thing. You know, everybody says, well, you need to go with the tapered, you need to go with the 15mm through axle. We did, and then now it's very hard to stay within that budget. Now, you don't have to get a fork that has a tapered steerer tube because it did have an adapter in it. Remember when we changed out the Jessica headset, it did have an adapter. So that was kind of cool. But
I'm gonna interject again. I've said this once. I'm gonna say it 100 times. I think if you're wanting to try out different forks and you're on a budget and you want to try some of the cheaper stuff, you want to try some mid-range of the cheaper stuff. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it, and people are gonna argue with me. The payoff isn't worth the hype.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot of hype, and it really limits you. They say, oh, well, it opens up all these different forks and stuff. It does.
Which it does, but also opens up your pocketbook.
Yeah, you better bust open the pocketbook with it because you're about to pay, because a cheapie in that department's about $230, $250, and then up.
Yeah. So if you guys are looking at you have a Shwinn Taff and you're looking at upgrading it, I would stick with the wheel set it has with it. And then the front wheel already has that 9mm quick release. I would look at just maybe upgrading your fork and buying that headset. Because if you guys can get the headset, like I said, there has an adapter in there where you can run a straight steerer tube for different forks. So it might be a little bit cheaper there. And then eventually look at maybe a rear wheel that has a quick release and something with a free hub. That might be a little bit cheaper.
If you could do that for like $100 or less, just get the rear. I think that would probably be a smarter budget upgrade.
Yeah, might be a better budget upgrade. Now that's with the wheel set. The group set, the A7 L2, I guess.
L2 or LT Woo.
I think it's something that's way more suited for a road bike or like a touring style bike. Something that's more, I don't know, where you're going to ride it on asphalt and it's not going to be so much jumps and up and down.
Or
type
a kid's
things.
bike for light trail riding, or a person that doesn't ride like a
Yeah, I mean, that would work too. You guys seen the review on it. I'm thinking that might be the biggest deal with that, or the biggest downside to that, is the shifter. I think all the problems are all stemming from the shifter. You know, it's got so much different tensions on it. I think maybe if we get a different shifter, somebody was saying that the SRAM offers a shifter that might be compatible with the L2. So that might be something looking at if we take it on a different build. But we're going to be talking about a new group set that we were going to throw on the GT Aggressor Pro.
We're not talking about that yet. Are we talking about that? Well, yeah, let's go. We said what we'd do different there. Yeah. But we don't know if this is what we'd do different.
Yeah, don't know if this is what we do different. But we got this sent from the Bike Smiths. As you guys saw on the GT Aggressor Pro video, we were planning on putting this on the GT Aggressor Pro or possibly a new GT Aggressor Pro build. This is the MS30 rear derailleur. It's a 12-speed SRAM or an 11 or a 10-speed
Somebody nixed
Shimano.
The idea of another GT Aggressor Pro.
It has a chain stabilizer. The Bike Smith sent this to us, and they also sent us a 10-speed Sunrace chain. Now, like I said, you guys have seen this stuff before. We're going to be throwing this on the Taff and trying out this so we can get a little more trail worthy, and that's going to be mixed with the Sunrace 10-speed quick shifter we got for like $24. So this whole group set here, we're going to be swapping that out on the Taff. Planning on put on a different bike. But for the LT Woo didn't work out, so now we have this as a backup, and we'll get to do a review on it for you guys.
We're right here.
Right here.
So,
okay, number one we're going to be doing to this, changing out the pedals. Odyssey pedals. You guys seen this in the last Taff Mail and Coffee Shout-Out video.
Don't know how good they're going to be. They are plastic or nylon or whatever the hell they are.
Those knobs don't break
I
off.
know, that's my thing too. But my next goal, we did this bike for $902, including the purchase price. Over time. It wasn't all at once. It was over time. And, of course, the way we did it, we broke it down. We didn't, like, write it while we upgraded it because we wanted it to be special for the viewers. But anyway, so the thing is, it's right at, what, 30 point something pounds, and I wanted it under 30 pounds.
Yeah.
So figure between these way lighter, I mean, that's like half the weight of those pedals. Well, I don't know. These
pedals are pretty heavy.
are they? We don't know how heavy those are yet, but I'm hoping those are lighter. Then we've got the Gan Offer that we're putting on there that you didn't grab.
The Gan Offer. 1x crankset,
which does look like a IXF that's rebranded, but we're not going to treat it like that. We're going to treat it as a crankset.
Yeah, it came with everything.
So who cares and who knows?
Came with a bottom bracket, crank arms, the mounting hardware for your chainring. And the only thing it didn't come with was a chainring. It was a little bit cheaper, but we will put an affiliate link down below. This is going to be just a different style of crankset, different brand name of crankset.
Yeah, different.
We'll find out if it's any different.
Brand name, but lighter than what's on there. So we're going to try that out. Between that and the pedals, I'm hoping
that's going to be cool. I'm hoping it's going to go under 30 pounds. We're definitely going to weigh it. Now going on to the front of the bike. I think we're about done with the group set and the crank set and all that and the pedals. If you guys watched the Zoom brake, hydraulic brake video, I crashed and I bent the crap out of my bars. Like, they're pretty bad bent. Still on there. Haven't changed them out yet.
Why don't you show that crash real quick?
Yeah, I'll show you guys the crash.
I'm getting going pretty fast here, and they're gripping well.
And should have had some Geo hand guards on it.
Yeah, I should have. And the stem, the KRSEC stem, that didn't bend. That was really good in the wreck. You know, just I guess that force, it being 780s. Next time I might, when we order some more bars, might go to 760s. I think just that extra little bit of 10 millimeters on each side, I think made all the difference with my hand placement. I think that's the only reason they bent. Put that right there. We'll talk about the rock shocks.
Thank you. Let's talk about the rock shocks.
Now, the rock shocks, I think the tapered steer tube mixed with the 15 millimeter through axle and the rock shocks, you can definitely feel. Now, with the rock shocks, really didn't have anything bad to say about them. The only thing I think I would do different about that is the whole boost thing. Well, we got them on a really good deal. Crimson Stallion Sales gave us a good discount on the RockShox Recon RL 29s, but they did have boost. We had to get the adapter, so I'm really interested in this new fork with not having to have the adapter on there because there's no boost on these forks, and seeing if it's even more so responsive.
That's another marketing thing. What the hell's up with the boost thing? Yeah. I mean, why can't we just say wide or wider?
So these are going to be nice to put on there and really get a good gauge. A little bit more expensive than the RockShox Recon, but it's going to be nice to put these head-to-head with the RockShox, even though there's some price differences.
And then these are what, about $120 more?
These are about $120 more. They're about $350.
Okay, so this is the way we can look at it. The RockShox are about $120 more than, say, the Bluetooths or something like that. Yeah. Roughly, right? Roughly.
Yeah.
These are about $120 more than the RockShox.
Yeah.
So you said there's a big difference going to these over like the Bluetooths? You thought it was a pretty big
huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah, you can feel the quality.
Let's see how big the difference is between those and these. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, those are 100.
Not necessarily just a side by side, but more of a, can you tell the difference? That's like three tiers of forks.
More travel in these. I think they're going to be lighter.
Yeah, I like they're lighter.
Just the build quality overall. These are from Bicycle
They look
Stuff.
amazing.
Bicycle Stuff Online gave us a heck of a deal with these forks, so the X Fusion and the X Fusion that we got for the GT. They look amazing. They feel amazing.
a fair review and wanted it out there. When I seen these online, I thought, it looks cool. I don't know, for some reason online they don't look. For some reason, they just don't look nearly as good as they really look. But they better look good, like what, $350 fork or something like that?
Yeah, the X Fusion
in that range, $350-ish.
RC 34 trace, 29er, 120 millimeters of travel with an aluminum steer tube. When we do this video, it's aluminum, not magnesium, and it's got 34 millimeter stanchions, I believe. But when we do the video on the install with Project Humpty Dumpty, we will definitely break these down, weigh them, look at all the different sizing on them, and put them up against the RockShox. So make sure you guys are not only tuned in for that, but tuned in for the review of them when we get to ride them down the probably the Hayes Creek Run, the Black Diamond. And the last thing, let's talk about it, and then we'll start cutting it, is the Zoom hydraulic brakes.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom hydraulic brakes, all in all, I think they were a great buy for $43. The only thing we don't like about them is we had to switch the levers. They're backwards,
and then trying to bleed them. So these Zooms are a good alternative, but you do have to switch them, and that's, I guess you don't have. Technically, you don't have to. If you're willing to have them backwards.
Yeah. If you can get used to it, then there's no, then you can do it. But I don't like it. I don't want to have one bike that's completely opposite.
No. Well, we were never going to do that.
Yeah.
Crazy. You'd be over the handlebars every 2 minutes. We already are. So
it'd be bad.
I think the Zoom brakes have been worth it. I think overall they've been decent. That's my opinion. I don't know, but you don't know about the pads though. You were saying.
Yeah, the pads are a little funky on them.
And you might have.
I'll show you guys a picture of the pads. I don't know what if you can interchange them out with the Shimano pads or what. They are a little bit different, but I'll show you guys them so you can kind of see. If you have any pointers on where we can get some, then let us know. But all right, well, that's pretty much the Taff Project Humpty Dumpty. We've enjoyed you guys watching us put all of our little budget parts and things on there.
When are we going to put all this stuff on it?
Pretty soon.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty soon. I think the drive line,
So the Taff Tuesdays are alive and well for at least the rest of the year.
We got a lot to do on the Taff, but yeah, man. So make sure you guys are subscribed and your notifications are turned on. Share, like this video. If you have the Taff, you guys got any questions, just like the GT, feel free to ask us in the comment section.
The next video on our channel is the GT gets the X Fusion fork.
Next video on the channel. You guys be on the lookout for the GT X Fusion, same brand of fork.
Yeah, it's the Enix, or what is it, Enix?
Yeah.
Okay, the Enix. So we're excited about that too.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. But appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah.